Hello, I'm Tim Beggins, president of Elk Trading Company. In today's natural gas weekly recap, August natural gas prices are higher. We're currently trading at 361, up 6.8 cents or 1.92%. And cash is below the market at about 355. That was early indications this morning. So we've got a narrow cash to future spread, which is good and can allow the board to continue to move higher, especially as the weather support may continue. Let's take a look here at the August spot contract. This goes off the board on the 29th. That's not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. So we've got 7 business days after today to trade. So everything is going to start wrapping up as we get through really summer. So let's take a look here. We've got the 9 and 21-day moving average. That 9-day is used as support. So we're currently at 343.20 below the board at this time. And we are above the 21-day moving average, which is at 354.20. So this means we're moving higher and we're holding for now. And let's take a look. The weekly storage report came at plus 46. So we're now well over 3 TCF with about 14 weeks left to go. And that means if we're going to reach 4 TCF in storage, we have to average about 71 BCF per week to get to that level over the next 14 weeks. And here, as you can see, storage as a whole is still about 4.9% below last year, but we're 6.2% over the 5-year average. And as you can see, we did add in the East and the Midwest, but the South Central was only plus 6 for withdrawn from storage, from salt dome storage because we've been hot and humid, and that will continue. And let's take a look at the hourly chart. And this is the hourly chart for August, currently trading at 361.20. We are right there at 361 first pivot resistance. We are above the daily pivot at 356.10. And we've got another pivot resistance above the board at 367.90. So again, we want to take about the 50% between those two pivots, which would be about, call it 365. We've got to get above that in order to continue the momentum. If it can't get above that in the next 2 hours, then at least a 2 hour period, I should say, then we'll look to see if things push back down. And let's take a look at the front to back spreads. These have been coming in. As the board in the front is moving higher, the back of the board is starting to see some profit taking. And here is the Jan versus the August contract. We did almost get up to 158.90, but we've been down this entire week, and it's below the 21-day exponential moving average. So we're looking at 120 may be our next target now. That was our resistance on the way up. That is major support on the way down. And let's take a look at how it would be for the Jan versus the October spreads. All we do is come in here in tradingview.com, change the symbol to a V. And as you can see, we're below 120 on that spread as well. We did get to 134.30. That was the target. And so now this is undergoing some more profit taking. Next support is 109.5. And let's take a look at that November through March. That's the winter spread. And it's just oscillating back and forth here like a slinky. We are holding above support at 420.5. And the 9 and 21-day moving averages, we're going to use that as support. That support for the 9-day is 442.70 for that strip. Let's see if this can continue to hold and possibly move higher as we get into the fall season and start thinking about winter. Let's take a look at the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook. It's above normal. And Oklahoma, Kansas, parts of Arkansas and Missouri are going to be above normal. Much of the country, really 2/3 of the country, is going to be warmer at this time of year. And the tropics. Well, that tropical system never made it offshore, never got above water, and that really meant it just never really developed. But it is dropping rain bands here across Louisiana into Texas, which is keeping demand a little sticky right now. And as you can see here for the tropical outlook, nothing is expected here all the way through August the 5th. So the Atlantic season is quite quiet. Let's take a look at the ENSO. This is, again, we're looking at La Nina conditions starting to develop from September all the way through December. What does that mean? Well, this is a composite of weak to moderate La Nina years, all the way back to 1954. And as you can see, it's cooler along the eastern seaboard and along the northern tier of the country, as well as parts of California, Nevada, and New Mexico and Utah. So, what does it mean for the winter? Because looks like we're going back to an ENSO neutral winter conditions. And here it is. That's that cold northern tier, and watch that jet stream. If that jet stream can pull down toward Atlanta, capturing that Chicago to Boston to Atlanta triangle, that would really kick natural gas prices higher. And let's take a look at our stocks for the oil and gas E&P sector. These are between $2 and $10 billion and have a high short float. And as you can see, the six stocks are still the same. Everybody now going into the green today. As you can see, oil and gas prices are higher on the day. And let's look at the 1 week performance. It really is CRK, even though it's been undergoing some profit taking, up 4.32%. Northern oil and gas down almost 10% on the week. So it's been a tough week for Northern oil and gas or any of the crude oil related stocks. And here again, recapping for the August contract, we're trading at 3,607, up 6.5 cents or 1.84%. Looks like we have some potential to continue to move higher. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you soon.